Homework 7, section 7.1, percents and decimals, video 5. A common place to encounter percents is sales tax. Let's be honest. So I think it's worth our while to go through a couple of sales tax examples. There are also problems in your homework similar to these. So let's start with the first example. A pair of shoes costs $99.99. The tax rate is 8.25%. Find the tax and the total cost. So here we're being asked to find two things. Let's start by finding the tax. Now, what do we know about the tax? We know the tax is 8.25% of $99.99. Oh, by the way, there was something I meant to mention in the previous example. For those of you who are thinking, I know another way to do percent problems, great, more power to you. Run it by me, either by text message or a message in Canvas to make sure that you are doing it correctly, because there are ways to do percent problems without setting up the box and cross multiplying. For example, some of you may be thinking, I know how to find 8.25% of $99.99. Turn this to a decimal, multiply, end of story. That's great. Just run it by me to make sure that you are doing it correctly. But for consistency, I will continue to do the box method for any problem involving percents, is, and ofs, which we have right here. The tax is 8.25% of $99.99. So let's set up the box. The percent goes on top. And one thing I neglected to mention also in the previous video, when you put the percent into the box, you don't mess with the decimal, just put it in there exactly like it is. The reason you don't have to mess with the decimal is because you're putting it over the 100. The is goes on top of the of. The of is $99.99. We don't know the is. Now I could write the X there, or I could just put the word tax, because that's what we're looking for. If we cross multiply upwards, we get 100 times tax is equal to, and if we multiply the other way, calculator would be handy. 8.25 times 99.99, we get, if I write it all out, 824.9175. Then if we divide both sides by 100, dividing by 100 just moves the decimal 2 places to the left. I feel embarrassed that I just put that in the calculator. We get 8.249175. Now, this is a dollar amount, so it makes sense that we should round it to 2 decimal places, the nearest cent. So to the nearest cent, the tax is $8.25, which, by the way, isn't a coincidence that it matches this. This was practically 100. Turning your percent to a decimal is dividing it by 100 and then multiplying it by 100, but still, it's the process that's important. But we're not finished. We were just asked the tax. Excuse me, we just found the tax, but we were asked the tax and the total cost. Borrowing a symbol from the previous test, therefore, the total cost is the original cost, which was $99.99, plus the tax, which is $8.25. And so if we add that, we should get $108.24. Easiest way to add this, steal a penny from here to make it $8.24. Give the penny here to make it an even $100. $108.24. So you can find the tax by doing a percent problem and then adding on the tax to the original cost to get the total cost. Let's take a look at one more example. A calculator is priced $84.99. After taxes, the cost is $91.36. Find the tax rate. Round the percent to 1 decimal place. This one we kind of have to reverse engineer what we did in the previous problem. Because in order to find the tax rate, we need to set up a box like this. But in order to set up a box like this, we need to know what the taxes were. So how do we find the taxes when we know the original price and the price after the tax? And the answer is you subtract. So the taxes that we paid was $91.36 minus the cost of the item, $84.99, we subtract that, I'm sure I can do some trickery here, but I'll just use my calculator. We get $6.37. But that's not the answer to the question. The question was find the tax rate. So what do we know about that $6.37? Excuse me, $6.37. We know that $6.37 is what percent of the original cost. The original cost was $84.99. Because remember, the tax is a percent of the original cost, and we're looking for that percent. So we can set up a box here. The is number is 6.37. The of number is 84.99. 100 goes under here. We don't know what the tax rate is here, so I'll just put an X there and make a note that the number that goes there is the tax rate. So if we do our cross multiplying, downward, we get 84.99x. If we multiply this way, that's easy. Multiplying by 100 moves the decimal 2 places to the right, 637. So we divide both sides by the number that's preventing the x from being by itself. We divide both sides by 84.99, and we get x is approximately, 637 divided by 84.99 is approximately 7.4949999412. And remember, the number that's up here already represents the percent. And we're asked to round the percent to 1 decimal place. So round it to 1 decimal place to the 4. Look to the right. The next digit is at least 5, which means we're going to round this 4 up. And so our answer is 7.5%. In the homework, they may already have the percent sign there for you. Be on the lookout for it. If it's already there, don't type it again.